For 24 years, it had never happened. Not once. The fastest passenger aircraft ever built, flying at twice the speed of sound, had never lost a single passenger. On July 25, 2000, that record ended in under 2 minutes, and the cause traced back to a single strip of metal, no bigger than a ruler, lying on a runway. Concorde was the only supersonic passenger jet in commercial service, capable of crossing the Atlantic in under 3.5 hours, half the time of a normal flight. On this day, it was flying a charter from Paris to New York, carrying 100 passengers, most of them German tourists on their way to board a cruise ship, along with 9 crew. At around 2:42 in the afternoon, the Concorde began its takeoff rolled down runway 26 at Charles de Gaulle Airport. 5 minutes earlier, a Continental Airlines DC-10 had taken off from the same runway. During recent maintenance, a wear strip on one of its engines had been replaced with titanium instead of the steel the manufacturer specified. That strip had fallen off during takeoff and now sat on the runway. As the Concorde accelerated past its takeoff decision speed, the point where a crew commits to flying rather than aborting, its left front tire struck the metal strip. The tire didn't just puncture, it disintegrated. A large fragment of rubber, traveling at high speed, slammed into the underside of the wing. That impact ruptured fuel tank number 5. Fuel began pouring out beneath the aircraft, and it ignited almost immediately. Within seconds, the crew had a fire warning on engine 2. The aircraft was still on the ground, already committed to takeoff, now trailing flame. The Concorde lifted off anyway. There was no runway left to stop safely. But the fire had already caused serious damage to the engines and the structure around them. The crew fought to gain altitude and turned back toward the airport. But with engine power failing and the airframe damaged, the aircraft couldn't climb or maintain speed. Less than 2 minutes after leaving the ground, the Concorde rolled, stalled, and crashed into a hotel in Gonesse, a suburb just north of the airport. All 100 passengers and 9 crew were killed. 4 people on the ground died as well. It was the first fatal accident in Concorde's 24 years of passenger service. Investigators traced the disaster back to that single metal strip and to the maintenance decision that put the wrong material on a DC-10 engine 5 minutes before Concorde's fatal takeoff. Air France and British Airways grounded their entire Concorde fleets immediately. Modifications followed, reinforced fuel tanks, redesigned tires, and Concorde briefly flew again in late 2001. But the damage to public confidence, combined with rising costs, proved harder to fix than the aircraft itself. In 2003, Concorde was retired for good. A single piece of metal, the wrong material, on the wrong runway, 5 minutes apart. That's what ended the era of supersonic passenger travel. This has been Black Box Chronicles. If you want the next case file the moment it drops, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.